So we're going to bring on our final guest, Robert Watts. Very excited to have him on. Had a very fascinating career, and he's now hi Robert. Hey, can you see us? Robert. I don't know if he can see us. I don't know if he knows that he's on. Robert. I don't know. He's working on his technology, so we'll just talk him up a little bit. He has worked on an amazing product that is an accumulation of his multitude of experience working with companies and in management and collaboration and that type of thing. And I think that it's absolutely spectacular. Thank you, Ira. Again, he just said thank you for having him. Thank you so much. We're very excited to have Robert on to talk to us. Can you hear me, Robert? Can you hear me? Hi. Can you hear me? He can't hear me. All right. So you still can't hear me? Not hearing them. Okay. So we are, maybe if he took off his headset, I don't know. Nina, you might want to work with him on that. But so essentially when it comes to this, while Robert's working on his technical issues, guys, when we're talking about, taking this time and listening and all that goes two ways. So if something is going on at work with your manager, with your coworker, that type of thing, step aside, stop and think of the other side, give that person some grace, don't assume the worst, and just sit there and process it, then schedule a conversation with them. Sit down and just go, hey, let's talk this out. This is what I really respect and like about you. This is what I want to get back. And just kind of have a conversation. And it's a really good idea sometimes to have a third party to kind of facilitate it, but it's really a conversation between the two of you. And a lot of times it'll work better if you start doing that with your manager as opposed to HR, because going to HR feels like you're about to get fired to a lot of people. It automatically makes them apprehensive. So start by trying to fix it yourself if you can, and just have a one-on-one. Then if that doesn't work, get your manager involved and let the manager know, like, I'm not wanting you to harp on them. I just want you to kind of facilitate a conversation, kind of help this go a little bit better for us. Kind of focus on that. See if you can kind of resolve the problem that way. That's so important to do. To just really take that time and give each other grace. Let's see if we can get Robert working again. Let's see. There he is. Hi, Robert. Can you hear me this time? Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah, we can.
I can't hear.
Unplug your thing.
I'm on
take it off.
Headset.
Yeah, take it off. I don't think he knows. Oh no, poor Robert. But anyway, guys, so what Robert's done, I'll kind of start to tell you a little bit. Oh, did that help?
I don't have speakers for this. I don't have speakers in my computer.
Oh no. That's all right. And that's not working. All right. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to give Robert one more chance to kind of try to figure out the technical issues. But I'm going to kind of tell you what he was going to talk about. So Robert has this really great technology that he's built out. And kind of the whole idea is bringing together a team and using technology to kind of bring together a team. And this isn't a promo for his product, by the way. I'm kind of going somewhere with this. But one of the biggest problems that we have in an organization is that it's almost like an us versus them. So you always hear of like the sales versus service battle, right? And so it's sales versus customer service, and sales does this and service does that. Whereas we should all be working together. And we talked about Joel earlier, who is now the COO for Titan Management, which is my company. And he's been a manager for all different kinds of organizations, from moving organizations up to financial organizations. And one of the things that he was very good about was unifying those groups and getting everybody to work together. And one of the things that he would do is that he would give them activities together to bring the social aspect, right? And then he would actually have them help each other work on on different issues. So if there was a problem with a customer, he would have the sales and service people work together so that they could better understand each other. And then the salesperson would go, oh, I shouldn't say that, or I should add this to my repertoire so that then this isn't a concern down the road. And the service person would go, oh, sales really is covering that. This customer's just confused. And then they wouldn't have that animosity. So he was very, very good at unifying them. And that's kind of what Robert's product is all about, is unification, right? And bringing the teams together, because the biggest problem you can have in an organization is for everybody to feel pitted against each other. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for like sales competitions and things like that. That's not what I'm talking about. That's just competitive, healthy stimulus of the environment. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, make sure everybody remembers that they're on the same team and that they're building that culture effectively, working together as a team. That's absolutely imperative. And when you're job seeking, that's exactly what you should be looking for, is a company that does something like that. A company that says, yes, we're going to unify. We all work as a team. This is how we grow together. This is how we accomplish our goals together. Look on Glassdoor. Look for a lot of comments about teamwork and things like that. That's the kind of organization that you want to be looking for. LinkedIn is another great resource to be able to talk to people, that type of thing. And Nina, if you feel like Robert's technical issues are fixed, you can bring him back in. That is entirely up to you. I will leave that up to your discretion. But that's just one thing I did want to really talk about today, is the importance of searching for a company that makes a culture the focus. Okay. It should be, and I don't mean culture like, oh, we like to have lots of parties and we're so fun. That's great. Okay. That's a wonderful thing to have. But I mean, the day in, day out, how are they building you up? Is there an opportunity for you to receive education or to go to conventions or things like that? Is there an opportunity for you to work interdepartment, to go from department to department and kind of work together? Is there opportunity for you? Is there a plan in place for your advancement, for your raises, things like that? These are very important things to understand when you're job seeking, and very important things for you to understand as you grow. So just as anyway, I'm kind of rambling now, but as you're job seeking, make sure that you're paying attention to these types of things. Make sure that you are looking for the cultural match and the specific opportunities to advance. Okay. These things need to be in place. Don't let a company tell you, oh yeah, you can advance here. Okay. How? What does that look like? And if they kind of stare at you blankly, go, okay, give me an example. Is there somebody that you can think of off the top of your head that started as a receptionist and moved up to sales director or something like that? Just kind of get a feel for what that looks like within the organization. That's a very big part of finding a new place to work, right, guys? So again, I just want to kind of tie everything together, because unfortunately, I think that Robert's having technical issues, so we won't be able to have him on today, which is most unfortunate. But I wanted to kind of rehash kind of what we've gone over today. So as a job seeker right now, what you need to be doing, get creative, okay? And if you missed Kat's section with me earlier, Catherine Byers-Breet, go back, watch that segment again, really pay attention to it, because there was some great information in there. So as you're getting out there, that we're coming into the slow hiring season, okay? Things are going to slow down. I wish I could give you better news. I know, guys, you're going, come on, it's COVID and I've been stuck unemployed for so long and I'm so tired of it. First of all, landings are happening. People are getting jobs. I talk to people every day that are like, yay, victory, I finally got a job. It is happening, but it's going to slow down for a little bit, okay, guys? With the election, with the holidays, it's just going to happen. That's just normal. So what you want to do is go ahead and get creative, okay? Don't be like the other job seekers that are going to take the holidays off and go, I'll get back to it at the New Year's, because what's going to happen is at the New Year, that market's going to be saturated, okay? So do not do that. Do not do that, okay? Get creative, send out your e-cards like we talked about, go to events, get your wingman to go to networking with you. Again, go to the earlier segments to get the specifics on that, but do that kind of thing. And make sure that you're doing your homework on your organizations, okay? Make sure that you're getting to know these companies and paying attention. And another thing that will really help you guys is to only focus on the companies that meet your goals and your ideals. Find companies with which you align naturally for instance, I love animals. So I've done work with companies that focus on animal activism in their charity work and things like that. So I love sports. So I once worked for the travel partner to the Dallas Cowboys because I'm a big Cowboy fan. And yes, I realize that's a little bit embarrassing right now. Do not care, but go boys. But just do things like that. Work with companies that excite you. Work with companies that feed your needs and your soul. Just that's what you should be targeting. Spend your time there. You'll have a higher chance of getting that job because you can make that personal connection. Okay. That's kind of, are we going to try Robert again? Robert, can you hear me this time?
Yes.
Yay, Robert can hear me. Yay, we get to talk to Robert after all. Hi. Yeah, Nina, she's great, man. I tell you what, she keeps us rolling. So I was kind of introducing you a little bit earlier. So you've had a wonderful career. Kind of consulting and helping teams grow and helping companies find their culture and actually do something with their culture, right? People think that having a culture is just this thing that we say. They don't realize that it involves actions. So kind of the first thing I wanted to ask you about, because this is our problem solving episode, right? Turning your culture into actionable items. What difference does that make in a company?
Well, it integrates the work with the culture, and it empowers, right? And so then people understand how it relates to what they do every day. So it makes work meaningful, purposeful. It gives people a sense of empowerment,
yes,
and esteem. It lets them know how they affect the bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
And the key significance is that people understand that they're part of the shaping process. And so when we're talking about culture, you got to talk about shaping it. You have to mold it. Cultures have to be developed. So, even any kind of culture, corporate culture or ethnic culture, whatever.
That's true.
So you look at the artifacts of a culture to understand it, right?
Right, 100%.
That's what shaped it. So
yeah, and I think too. I would think that making your culture, putting action towards your culture, would also lower some of that workplace drama we were just discussing with Ira. And kind of get some of that down. Have you found that to be true?
Well, of course, but it gives the drama some boundaries to operate. So drama is okay. I mean, we watch TV and movies all the time. We love drama. So nothing wrong with drama. If you don't have drama, then you're a dead species, right? So
it's true.
So, but the drama has to be studied, So if you got the drama, then why did the drama occur? Where did it come from? What is the etymology of the drama, right?
Right.
So my platform, for instance, traps all those experiences for you, so you can be referential, so you can study those dramas and give meaning to them and use them for learning. So
can you use a specific example of a time that there was a drama that was studied, and then how that was able to help with the organization?
And that's what my career is all about, right? So
right. But a specific story. Do you have a story for us on that?
Well, yeah. I mean, organizations traditionally will hire me to come in to do intervention. And I usually work at the management and executive level. So we're talking about some executive whom employees no longer want to work with, or a union doesn't want to work with anymore.
Right.
Their people are complaining about this person being unfair. You're speaking to people in ways that make them uncomfortable, or dominating the work and not delegating the work, whatever the themes might be.
Right.
So that in itself creates the drama, because the drama is really about how the players respond to the issues,
right,
from their own self-reported perspectives.
Very true.
That's the key part of it. We're all self-reporting out of our own perspectives.
Right.
And traditionally, the schisms that are created are creating the drama, because the drama becomes an entity different than us.
That's so true.
Right.
It's so true.
Right. So I'll get called in for those reasons, and then my approach is show me the artifacts of the drama. right?
Yeah, no, it's true. And I think too, um, like you're saying, it all kind of feeds off of each other, right? And as human beings, a lot of people don't realize that it is biologically programmed into us to create groups, right? And to want to be unified to each other, right? It is just biologically, as even an introvert, it's just true. You want a connection, you want to belong in that. So I think that taking this information like you're doing and making it into something that is quantifiable and something that will help people unify and come together, and creating a culture with action and helping everybody understand their place in that culture is really important. And even you and I have laughed about the horrifying aspects of most companies' onboarding processes or lack thereof, right? So you get this job, you get hired, you're like, woo, I finally got a job. And then you get there and it's like, did y'all even know I was coming? Like, there's no computer. You don't know who you're working with. You don't know. You're just kind of stuck at this desk and told to sit there and wait half the time. So, or you meet a bunch of people and then what? And then now you're just sitting there going, okay, now what? So ideally speaking, Robert, how do you tie all of this into the onboarding process, and what should candidates expect from an onboarding process from a good company?
Well, the first thing that they need to understand when any organization is, what is the culture? Mm-hmm. What's the fit?
Right.
What are the things that are valued? Mm-hmm. Where are we going?
Mm-hmm. Right? Yes, yeah. The objective. What's the objective?
Yeah. Where are we going? What do we believe? Mm-hmm. What is the DNA around belief?
Yes.
In this organization. And so, in other words, what do we value? And what's the mission? What's the purpose? Mm-hmm. Why are we here? Why is it important to come here every day? What contribution am I making, and what contribution am I making to what?
Yes. And all these things need to be explained to you.
Absolutely.
In the interview process and in onboarding.
Yeah. Well, on the onboarding, you're showing the alignment. Mm-hmm. And if you do that right, then people will have a sense of self-governance. So if I can show you the alignment between the culture and what you're going to do every day, and integrate the culture and the technical side of your experience, then we can create a life place as opposed to a workplace.
Oh, I like that. A life place as opposed to a workplace. I like that.
Yes, because you don't stop living when you go there to do what you do. It's a continuation of your life. But we have a tendency to think that life stops when we go there, right, to this place. But it's a life place. You go there to continue living your life. But it gets difficult to do that when everything is compartmentalized into some kind of, metric cultureless reality. Well, but the metrics have to be merged with the culture for people to know what the onboarding should mean to them.
Yes.
And who they're, and then the second part of that is, who am I connected to in the system that are what we call APF, accountability partnership functions. What functions exist in the system that allow us to partner for success together?
Yes.
So my platform as a entity partners with you, and then facilitates you partnering with other people, so that you can have healthy experiences and healthy culture shaping.
And everything is very harmonious, like you said. For instance, my role when I go in and I'm helping recruit is working with, I have to work with the other recruiters, I have to work with the hiring managers, I need to work with upper level management, I need to work with the financial department to understand budget and all of that type of thing, payroll, all of these things. I touch all of those areas just with handling my little job. So you're right, there is definitely a harmony, and it's much better if that's firmly established, and if it's something that is encouraged, and if those relationships are utilized as opposed to seen as blockades. Because I've gone into companies where they almost treat it like these people are your enemy. You got to work against them. You've got to. In fact, I actually walked into a company and they told me that. They said, these guys are just going to try to make your life difficult. You just need to do your job anyway. I said, well, that doesn't make any sense. Wow. And so what I did is I went and I talked to that department. I said, hey guys, what's going on? What's up? Why is this not working? Why is this happening? And it was the people that handled onboarding for a very specific account. And we were recruiting us as they handled the onboarding, and it was just a mess. It was just a mess. And so I went over there and talked to them, and it turns out that they weren't being given what they needed. There was all this stuff wrong. So we fixed that. Poof. Now everybody works together nicely. Very simple, just needed to be fixed. So it was a matter of conversation, right? Yes. And like you said, just creating that unity and understanding we're all working towards the same goal. Because it doesn't do me any good to get these people in here if you can't get them started to work.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's completely dumb. So in order for me to do for me to be effective and this to happen, you just got to come together like that.
Can I interject something there?
Yeah, do it.
So like what we talk about in our platform, SOIG, SOIG, we talk about taking your static models off the wall and put it into work, shaping healthy culture and growth. And what you just described was an aspect of what we do. And that is that one thing is to show people what the values are, get them connected, but then you got to give them a means by which they can communicate.
Yes.
Right. So that's what you did. You went in and started communicating with people around something that was relevant to them. So, so in our platform, we create like what we call strategic contextual space. So that in that space, you have parameters that are relevant to everybody, where someone can come in and talk about what they do.
Yes.
And those people that are invited into that space are connected according to their goals with each other.
Yes.
So now it becomes a relevant dialogic space that is contextual, right? So you just did that in real time in person with somebody.
Yeah. And
we created a virtual example of that, right?
So what Robert and I are telling you guys is you need to go into a conversation like this, a relationship like this, and don't say, I need. And by the way, that doesn't work in any relationship, okay? Ever. Does that ever work? Just go me. I need. Go in there and say, okay, here's the goal. What do we all need to be doing to get it done? And if something is broken, how do we, not you, not me, how do we fix it? How do we get in here and work together and make this better? That kind of mentality is what gets things done. If you just go in there and, make somebody feel bad, or if you just go in there and point fingers, or if you just demand that it has to be your way or the highway, it's never going to work. It is not going to work. So you need to work together.
The autocratic approach never works.
Nope.
In the short run, you might get, some gain, but all the time it won't succeed. So we say two things. Our platform is based on a foundation of it based on the book I wrote, People Are Never the Problem. So people are never the problem, right? People have problems. Sometimes organizations have problems, but people are never the problem. The second part of that is that, you have to teach your course. So if your organization knows what it's trying to do, then it should teach that to the people.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so then what then is when everybody's doing that, then what we do is create a culture of reciprocity. And so then everybody is getting nurtured. So we spell the word team with an I. I used to be a professional athlete, as a football player with the Raiders and the Saints. And so, when you're growing up, all you ever hear from coaches is no I in the word team. No I in the word team. And I go, well, I'm here, right? So, so we do spell the word team with an I. And we say that the SMART goal, and when you spell out a SMART goal, the SMART goal is relevant because you're addressing goals, and they should be relevant to people that are fulfilling those goals, right? So of course there's an I in the word team. It's how the I learns to collaborate and cooperate on the team. That's what's important. But if you dismiss the I, then you don't have teams, right?
Right.
So that's like counterintuitive to say there's no I in a team. That went out with Frederick Taylor and the Industrial Revolution stuff, scientific, stuff. So we're talking about a new age where people do matter.
Yes.
We're not perfect, but we do matter. And how we partner with each other and help each other with our problems helps us to become more valuable to one another.
100%.
So silos are good. You gotta communicate out of the silos. right?
That's right. That's
But,
right.
but silos have cultures. So you don't want to kill the silos. You want to learn how to communicate across the silos.
Right, 100%. And I want to thank you so much for coming on today, Robert. Guys, you definitely need to go check out with Robert, connect with him. And companies, if you're looking for somebody to come in and help you out with some of these issues, or if you just want a platform that will kind of handle it all for you, I've seen what he does and it is amazing. You definitely need to check it out. We will drop his link here in the comments. Definitely connect to him, connect to me, Ira, Michaela, Kat, everybody that's been on today. We all love to help people. We're all here for you. If you have additional questions for us, definitely connect and reach out. If you have questions, thoughts, concerns, whatever you got going on, reach out and connect. And thank you again, Robert, so much for coming on with us.
Thank you for doing this for all of us. And so I can say to the audience, whoever you are and wherever you are, be safe, please.
Yeah.
And take care of yourselves. Wear a mask, please. And enjoy your holiday season. And God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Robert.